We live for the next 6 weeks in the world where the most important issue in the United States is for the Senate to pass a version of the big, beautiful bill, the budget, which the House can also agree to, and therefore President Trump will sign. Why is this so critical? Because almost all of the Trump policies that require congressional approval are put into the version that the House of Representatives has passed. And so those politicians that are supportive of what Trump wants to do, if you listen on the radio, they will talk about one positive element after another of this bill and how important it is to get this bill passed. But there's a problem, and the problem is the bond market. And we've just seen new highs in interest rates in the last few days, and I think that those interest rates are going to go higher. And this makes the job of the politicians, such as the Speaker, Mike Johnson, and the Majority Leader, Senator Thune, to get the Senate, where the Republican majority is so small, 53-47, well, I guess 53-46 plus Bernie Sanders as an independent, is going to be able to get to 50 votes and then get the vice president's vote to get it passed. So why do I think this is such a problem with the bond market? Because every time there's any increase, what's going to happen is the size of next year's deficit is going to go up. Already, we have over $1 trillion of the federal budget has to be spent on paying interest on the debt. And then on top of that, you have every week multiple times where the Treasury, in order to keep funding, has to go and raise over $100 billion from investors. Again, so the higher the interest rate, the higher those numbers get. And it's already, you're seeing it in the press, those opposed are using what's going on with interest rates as a sign of these are some bad things going on, and therefore the budget, the big beautiful bill, is not a good way to go. What do I think is going to happen? I think that it all depends on how much and how fast interest rates rise from here. Essentially, the faster they rise and the farther they rise, the more, in my opinion, the pressure will come on the Senate to say, you know, a big, beautiful bill now is going to require a cut in the deficit itself. How much? 1%? If we're talking about a $7 trillion budget, then 1% would be $70 billion. 5% would be $350 billion. Somewhere in there, I think, it becomes a very simple way to take care of the growing concern about interest rates, but use that, have the Senate put something along those lines. That's my simple opinion on what is going to happen with the big, beautiful bill.